abi.
I never did. Slash was pretty petite. Who is she like, bae? It's me. French kiss make him say. All right. What's happening, guys?
We're live, we're live. Yes, stream is working, no lag. Just wanted to make sure yesterday things were off. You guys remember that? Let's see if it's better. Yeah. Okay. Yo, again, guys, if something happens today, I'm still working on a couple things behind the scenes in terms of the internet. So if something goes wrong today, I warn you in advance. I'll make sure I'll go live again. If something happens, I have to close the stream. I will kick it off once again. All right? That's it. Good to see you, Daniel. My man, Brad, Karim, good to see you, my friend. Adrian, good to see you. Red Vo, welcome back. Vanny. Nice. Hope you guys are having a good day so far. What's going on? Gold dropping, right? We're going to talk about gold. Gold's dropping. Yeah. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. You know what that means for gold? Looking forward to go over it, man. All right. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's smash up that like button. Let's get the party started. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's get towards these 100 likes. It helps the channel grow. It helps the momentum. The momentum is already there, which is amazing. It's time to step up, and let's see what we can do right now. All right, gonna put on some music for you guys. Yeah, a little bit different today. Slower start, but anyways, we're good at sorted. We go. Oh yes. When the sunshine meets the night, chase my ghost between the lines, stuck between the smoke and vice. Welcome back. Where do we go? When the sunshine meets the night. Download the ebook. You know it already. Stuck between the smoke and vice. Where do we go? All right. Where do we go? Amazing, G's. Okay. Where do we go? Yes, sir. So gold is dropping. Gold is coming down a little bit. All right. Let's go over it right now here. Hope you guys are doing well. It's crazy, actually, right? It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday. Have you guys paying attention to the Wednesdays in general? By default, that's just a question. Have you guys paid attention to what happens usually on gold on a Wednesday? At least what has happened to gold on a Wednesday in the last, like, what, 5 weeks now? 5 or 6 weeks. Is it going to be one of those days again? Is it going to be a reversal day again? We're going to find out, man. Anyways, looking forward to go over the market with you guys here. If you are new to this channel, make sure you subscribe to this channel here. Also put on the notifications. It's going to help for when we are live. I'm actually interested in potentially as well, any of these weeks, test out a London session as well here. So for the London session traders, that has to do with the price action, to be honest. That's the real reason. It has to do with the price action. Because the price action during London has been absolutely freaking killing it, man. So yeah, that has been, yeah, freaking awesome. Are we aiming for the London lows? Well, we'll see about that in a second here. It might be, but we're going to go over and do our full analysis on gold. Okay. We are now dealing with a breakout. We have a range. We have a breakout here. I'm very curious if we will see some sort of pullback here. What will happen around the fixed very low? Number one. Okay. And we're going to talk about the dollar too. Because the dollar, and I really want to make sure that you guys see that as well here. The dollar yesterday looked weak, right? Dollar came down yesterday, right? But look at there. Look at what the dollar is doing now. Do you see that? Do you see how the dollar is bouncing from that demand zone right now? 8-hour demand zone. So, you know, macro always wins from micro, right? Every time when we tap into the higher time frame, a higher time frame supply and demand zone, and then kind of the lower, it like overpowers the lower time frame, right? And all the structure on the lower time frame. So this is why we are constantly referring back to our framework in our ebook right here in the foundation, right? The pillar 1, pillar 2, macro technical supply and demand. Okay, supply and demand is super important to us right here. And you can see right now that the dollar is in an 8-hour area of demand right here. Okay, so we talked about growing that small account, the challenge account that I was talking about. Dollar Swiss played out. Yeah, that was the first trade. It was very nice on that small account. We're trying to grow it from 2,500 to 100K. Yeah, 20% risk per trade. Actually, not 20% risk. $500 risk per trade. Okay, I'm gonna keep it at $500. So I hope that clarifies some things here. But yeah, that's a dollar Swiss. I'm actually now looking at a long potential setup as well for Forex, okay, for the dollar Swiss. And I'll tell you why in a second here, okay? So I was short, now I'm looking for a long reversal play, all right? If that happens, that will be very interesting. Anyways, for gold is dropping aggressively here. I took again a short during the London session. You can see it right here. It was a smaller trade, okay, $600 trade. But hey, that's 5 accounts. It's $3,000. But I saw it dropping. I saw that drop coming. I saw that rejection internally on the lower time frame. Bro, there is something happening here again, similar to yesterday, man. Similar to yesterday. We saw that same drop. Where is the music? There you go. Yeah, we saw that same drop right there. Okay. So anyways, gold right now is coming down here. And what are you guys thinking about gold right now? Let me know in the chat, please. Let me know in the chat what you guys are looking for. Yeah. Are you looking for buys? Are you looking for sells right now? I still bet that 70% is looking at buys. Maybe 80% is looking at buys right now, right? Sure. Yeah. Buy 4145. Yeah, anyways, if you look at gold right here, right? I marked out these levels right there as the most important levels for longs again. If price pulls back into that. But the question is, if I want to see price getting there, right? Is it worth it to then start looking for a short-term, short setup towards that level? That's kind of the thought process and the idea. So at 4150, right? That's where I want to see price coming into. Why? Because this is where we have what we call the previous daily value area high. Okay? If you look at it from this perspective, this is our indicator that we use to mark out the sessions. You can also do it yourself in TradingView. You can also go to settings. And then you go to, I need to see where it was, to be honest, because I used the indicator. Where is that? Where is that? Here. You go to events, all right? You go to events, and then you go to session breaks. And then you can turn on the session breaks, all right? There's also another way of doing it there. And then you have each trading day pretty much marked out. So this is clearly the Monday. And this is clearly the Tuesday, right? So if you didn't know that, that's a really good trick to understand the sessions. And what we then utilize is something that we call, of course, the volume profile. And what we then do is we pretty much mark out the volume profile from yesterday, right? Completely. Because when there is no clean range formed, I simply use the previous day, okay? I mark it out from the left to the right. And that's going to give me a couple levels here. The previous daily value high. And the previous daily POC. Okay. And then also, because we have the Monday and Tuesday now, these are 2 daily closures already. Okay. I mark out the current week as well, right? We call it the current weekly POC. You can see that these are pretty much the exact same levels. Okay. The exact same levels to pay attention to here. So that's why I'm actually starting to look to see if price pulls back. If we can get towards the 415, the 4151, and then potentially see what can happen around there, okay? The question is, if we do pull back though, is there a chance that we can short it towards that level? That's kind of what I wanted to talk about. But If we now zoom out again, right, and we go from the 30-minute to the 12-hour time frame, then also look at how this is a very clear, how do I say that? A very clear 12-hour demand zone sitting right there, right? That demand zone is exactly where these key levels are as well. So we will probably tap into that higher time frame demand zone, yeah, relatively soon if price comes back down, right? So you have higher time frame demand, 12-hour demand, and then also the 30-minute failure high, and then the POC, of course, okay? How that makes sense. So these are by far areas of interest that I want to pay attention to. The question is right now, though, is there a chance that we can pull back towards that level? And is there a chance that this range breakout is worth a short if price reverses and then continues to come down lower? So if price comes down, doesn't matter, right? I will see if we can find buys there. But if price pushes up and it retraces in any of these levels, I might take a short towards that level and just risk the biscuit, to be honest with you guys. That's kind of the thought process right here. Obviously, because it's counter trend trade, I would definitely risk or reduce my risk on that specific setup right there, you know. But that's kind of the thought process of gold right now. These levels are super important. So I will say it one more time: 4150 or 4151. You want to have the exact number. And then if price pulls back right now to the 4197, I will look to short it until that level. So let's see. Okay, if prices continue to tank, then I'm gonna wait for price to pull back towards that higher time frame demand. And that higher time frame demand zone is not far away if you look at it from that angle, which then is that aligning perfectly with this level as well here. So let's see. Okay, let's see if price can do something like this, pull back into the range and get rejected and then come down. And then look for the continuation. Or if price just tanks, you know what I mean? And then goes up from there. And if price continues to drop further and we take out demand, then that induces a more serious pullback for gold on the higher time frame. And that means that gold will most likely drop for a couple more days after that as well here. So yeah, that will clarify a lot in terms of what we're looking for. And if price does something like this, okay, and we get stopped out, or I get stopped out of my trade, I might take a reversal position, because that means that we created what we call a C and E play right there. And that means we're just going to go for the highs, I guess. So there are a lot of things that we can do here with gold today, and a lot of things that I like here. The ideal case scenario will be we tap in, we get rejected, we pull back, and we go long and we look for the continuation. That will be the ideal case scenario. But that's usually not the way I think about it. I also like to simply think from the perspective of what if I'm invalidated, and what if I lose my trade or whatever? Is there then a switch in my bias, or is price then reversing? Can I take a trade against that, right? So I'm always talking about plan B. What is like the plan B if my plan A fails, let's say, right? So I'm not emotionally, you could say, committed towards plan A. So that's one thing on gold here. Okay, then I was looking at the dollar Swiss as well, and I took that short position on that challenge account. I shorted it from there. Price came down, actually tapped into the 12-hour demand. I took the trade from this range. So this is your consolidation, expansion retracement, and then the continuation. So this is where we took the short from. And our target was that demand zone. And right now you can see that we are in a demand zone on the 12-hour. And now I'm waiting for price to then break above this range, its internal range, which then gives us a CME play right here. So a C, then an M, and then an E. So if we break above these highs, I'm looking for the continuation longs again. So I'm going to take an opposite trade against my short that I had yesterday on the dollar Swiss, for example. Yeah, that's something that I will be looking at as well if the dollar indeed decides to hold this demand zone on the higher time frame, which we're now currently in. So as long as the dollar is holding that demand, we're potentially in a good position if price breaks above that range. And then I will take a dollar Swiss long setup right there as well here. So, I mean, these are a couple of scenarios that I'm looking at right here. Let me know in the chat what you guys are looking at. But that is something that I want to do. Price pulling back If price breaks higher, reversal trade. If price breaks down, just simply waiting for price to pull back towards the previous daily failure high. Okay, if you are new and you're like, you know, bro, what is this guy talking about? What are all these freaking levels and how do you mark them out here? Then just simply download the ebook, which is free of charge. You can get it in the description. And if you actually want to see how, you know, people take trades with that consistently outside of the streams, then you need to be in a Telegram. All right. Karim says Australian dollar, US dollar short. I haven't seen that one. I haven't checked that one. Oh, wait, I did actually. Damn, what I'm saying. That's actually true. Let me check it. I actually checked out the Australian dollar, US dollar as well today, right? Yeah, the reason why I'm looking at some Forex pairs is just because I'm doing a challenge. So for the people that were not there yesterday, I'm doing a 2,500 challenge on this on Vantage. I'm trying to grow this tremendously with a crazy risk. So don't try this at home. That's why it's a challenge, yeah. And look at that rejection, point of control. Damn, okay. Wow, the point of control is holding like crazy right now. That's actually kind of interesting, to be honest. Yeah, this is the C, this is the E, this is the R. Sorry, this is the R. And this is then the potential C, right? The continuation here. Dollar looks pretty good, to be honest. Dollar looks strong, to be honest. Dollar looks pretty decent to me, man. That's you're making a good point here, to be honest. You're making a good point here. I was actually thinking about maybe indeed, yeah. Well, it's, to be honest, it's pretty solid. This is a lower time frame setup. Should I give it a try indeed? I think it makes sense to try for sure. Something like this, or a reversal, breakdown. Stop loss above this wick. Targeting a 2-to-1 restored ratio back towards that range. Maybe lower, but we also are dealing with this range right here, right? So if we have a 1R, I can put my stop loss on break even when we reach that range. Yeah, I mean, I think that will be a good setup, to be honest. I think that's something that I'm actually gonna try. I'm gonna try to trade, to be honest, guys. Yeah. Only thing, Australian dollar is also strong today. Let me quickly check the euro, because the euro was really weaker. Look at the euro as well. And the pound is way too strong. Wow, okay, it's decent. I don't know, I like the Australian dollar, man. I think it's worth for me to take a trade there, to be honest. It really is, it really is. And for gold right now, we're pulling back into the fixed very low. That is also something I'm going to be looking at, to be honest, guys, on futures in this case. So, yeah, I might set it up, to be honest, like that. I'm going to give it a try, though. Australian dollar rather than the New Zealand dollar. Yeah, Australian dollar rather than New Zealand dollar, yeah. Why? Because you have all these ranges sitting right here, right? I don't really like that. I don't really like that, even though it's also not looking strong. Like right now, we're getting rejected. Range, breakout, retest, rejection. Range, breakout, retest, rejection. So it's similar to the Australian dollar. But hey, if this one comes down, then the Australian dollar will come down too. What I like about the Australian dollar is actually this right here. The ranges are not as clean. You see that? There's not enough ranging here. So this could drop, I think, easier if price follows through. Yeah. Let me quickly check this here. Okay. Yeah, the New Zealand dollar also nice though. Yeah, they're both good setups. They're both good setups, you know. The only thing with the New Zealand dollar is we have been ranging a lot. Let me quickly go to the New Zealand dollar here and check that out as well, because pretty much already broke down, right? We already broke below. We're already getting rejected from the very low. I'm not a big fan of these ranges though, but I do like, you know, we know how weak the New Zealand dollar is, right? We know how weak of an asset it has been. One of the weakest in general. And look at it as well. And this is very important, guys. Look at how the New Zealand dollar against US dollar is also in this like 8-hour supply right now, right? So it's also an 8-hour supply zone here. You know what I mean? We're pulling back into supply again. Like last time we had a insane trade from this 12-hour zone. It's now back at supply on the 8-hour. I actually think it's worth. I think it's worth to. It's actually definitely short, man. Already breaking down though. I hate. EM1, boom, boom, boom. Price above the range, high. Do we have enough room? I think we have. Yeah, to be honest, I do like it. Yeah, exactly. That's true. You guys are right. New Zealand dollar is definitely interesting. Gold is pulling back. I'm waiting for gold to pull back to the 4197. Just trying to set up a trade here. Okay, guys. I'm in a New Zealand dollar US dollar short. All right. Second trade. Let's go. I like it. I like it. Multiple rejections, 8-hour supply, range rejection from the POC, internal rejection on the 5-minute, small range, breakout, retest. We can put it on wider stop. I can hold the trade overnight if I want to, leave it running. Dollar seems to be doing better, stronger. Is an 8-hour demand. It's a valid setup, man. It's a valid setup. It's a valid setup. So we'll see how that one goes here. Obviously, risk management is key right now. We had a beautiful winning trade here. So it allows me to lose 2 trades and still be at my starting balance, roughly speaking, which is really good. So this is why a profitable or a higher risk reward strategy is so good. Because it allows me to, it allows me to lose trades and still win over time, right? This is why risk management comes into play. So even when you're scaling aggressively, at least make sure you have, you know, you have a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Unless you have a really like 90% highly win rate, you know, whatever the case may be, for example. Anyways, that is the New Zealand dollar. That is set right now. For gold, I'm actually waiting on the pullback to see if we can pull back to that range. I have a feeling that gold wants to drive us lower today. But major levels are sitting all at 4150, 4140. 12-hour demand is sitting right there as well. So you're going to find a lot of support there, guys. You're going to find a lot of support at that level. The question for us is going to be, let's say price breaks down. Let's say price breaks down. Is there a chance that we can actually short it towards that level? Did he enter that bad New Zealand dollar US dollar trade? I did. So if you think it's bad, then yeah, just don't enter it, man. Don't enter my, you know, keep your own pin. Valid. What do you think of FTSE 100? I have no clue, bro. I have no idea. Luke Gold is giving us selling setup. Yes, that's exactly what we're waiting for. We're seeing this range. We are kind of pushing down right now at the moment. I'm waiting for a pullback into this range. And let's see if we can get there, man. If we can get there, then I'm willing to take a short. Otherwise, it doesn't allow with my setups. So I need to wait for price to pull back towards the 4151 and then look for buys from there, unless we get an invalidation. But hey, yeah, that's worth the risk in my opinion. It's worth the risk if you have something like this. That will be the ideal case scenario, to be honest. This will be the ideal case scenario. Short it and then boom, long it.
Where do we go?
Yeah, and in a counter trend trade, I'll for sure always try to reduce my risk. And then obviously because the macro trend is bullish, I can keep it up like normal, like regular risk right here. Already took a trade today during the London session. A W. And yesterday we shorted gold as well. Yesterday we shorted gold in an uptrend. So we're getting there. We're spotting these shorts. We're spotting these shorts right now. But I'm keeping my risk lower for sure. Like you have to, man. You have to. You have to. You have to. You have to. Lorenzo, how close are you to your payout? I'm very close, my friend. Very close. Last time we talked about it already, right? We were at like 6,700. Bro, I'm with you. NZD will not go far from here. Yeah, I just like what I see on the New Zealand dollar. It's worth the risk. We are breaking down. We are trending down aggressively. We're getting rejected from this larger range. The point of control, of course. Point of control rejected. And now internally, right? We're looking at the 5-minute as well, and we're seeing something similar happening. Where we have a range on the lower time frame. We break down. Let me see it right here. We break down. We pull back into the very low. We're getting rejected. We're now holding. It's fine. Stops are pretty much above the range. The internal range high. And yeah, 8-hour supply, right? Higher time frame supply as well. Higher time frame supply. We have been rejected already a couple times now. 3 8-hour candles to be exact. And the dollar is in that 8-hour demand. And the dollar seems to be holding up well. So if the dollar just pushes further, so it's pretty much like this. If the dollar pushes this candle now up and it breaks the current candle high, yeah, obviously New Zealand dollar will break down, right? So yeah, the probability, this is where it's all about in my opinion. The probability is in our favor. What is the spread on your broker on the New Zealand dollar US dollar? The spread is... What is this song, by the way? Wow, damn. That was suffering, by the way. I need to delete that one. Okay, that's better. Anyways, the spread on the New Zealand dollar US dollar on Vantage is 3 pips. That's okay. That's good. That's really good. This is why I'm with Vantage, because I can trust these. I can trust these motherfuckers. You know, 3. That's nothing. If you want to sign up with a good broker that doesn't screw you over, I recommend to click on the link in the description, join Vantage, and then you can get into our Telegram as well right away. All the updates are there, the market updates. All right, what's happening, guys? Hope you guys do every day. From our team as well, which I love. So, you know, we're fully freaking packed. All right? Fully freaking packed there. Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, gold and New Zealand dollar US dollar, man. That's it. And I was looking at the dollar Swiss as well, by the way. But I have a rule for this challenge account, okay? I have a rule for this challenge account. And the rule is that I cannot take more than 1 trade per time on the account. Okay? And that is just to not go crazy. Because I've noticed that sometimes when I enter multiple positions out of excitement and I see a trade there and I see a trade there, that one trade works out and the other one doesn't, and then the other one, and then 2 don't, like whatever, right? It's just focus. Focus. I need my focus. But the only thing that I can do is I can pretty much only take a short. Sorry, short. I can only take 1 trade at a time, okay? I can only take 1 trade at a time, pretty much. Yeah, that's the thought process. All right. That is the thought process. So yeah. What is my entry actually? My entry is 57202. And my stop loss is 57314. And my take profit is at 57. Boom. Stop loss on break even after 1 hour. Maybe. Let's see. What did I do now? 202, 314. Stop loss. It should be there. Stop loss should be above the highs, 2 to 1. Right there. $304. Okay. Yeah, dollar breakout, man. Yeah, dollar breakout. Look at, that's what I mean with the dollar, right? 8 hour in a month. Never underestimate higher time frame supply and demand. We talk about this all the time on stream, man. Higher time frame supply and demand is for me perfect. Lower time frame supply and demand, I'm not a big fan of. I'm not a big fan of. Because I use volume. I like to use the volume levels. They're much more precise, much more accurate, much more magical, magic touch. Whereas the higher time frame accumulation distribution is a real thing, man. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Yeah. If you guys can help me out with smashing up that like button today, like just today, going crazy on it, it would really help me, help a lot. Because obviously the streams are getting affected by my connection, my internet. The momentum is high and we just want to grow, man. We want to just blow up and show LTA to the freaking world. So by pressing that like button, that actually helps boosting the algorithm. And that helps a lot. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Gold is pulling back, so let's see if we can get there, and let's see if you see somewhat of a rejection there. And it's not going to be a trap. Yesterday was funny, right? Yesterday was so funny. Gold actually just literally came down, broke above our range, pulled back, and continued to go higher. It was the daily highs that we're getting targeted, or the previous daily highs, and yeah, it was hilarious actually. We broke above that range. It was actually a valid setup. We talked about it already. It was a valid setup, but hey, Jerome Powell, you know this man. You know what he does. You know what happens when he speaks, right? You know what happens when he speaks, you know? That's it. So yeah, obviously this will be, roughly speaking, because my risk is actually 450, and this is like what this should be around. It's like almost like a 2 to 1, $900. So, you know, we started with 2,500. First trade was a success. If we can now win again, that would build such a good foundation. We will be sitting at 4K, right? Over 4K already. And that means that I can now, if I would then risk like $500 per trade, I have pretty much 3 trades to work with. 3 free trades. That's the way I like to think about it. Roughly speaking, I have then 3 free trades. Vladimir says, someone is suggesting me to sign up for Vistas Expert on Discord. I have no idea what the fuck that is, man. Vistas Export? I have no idea, bro. Sorry. I have no idea. What is that? Vistas Export. I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. The amount of messages I get from people with companies, man, it's like... I got asked to invest in some sort of OnlyFans agency. Think about that. Hey yo, yeah. So you wanna invest in my OnlyFans model agency? The more you invest, the more ad spend, the better the revenue will be. The more titties you're gonna see. It's the last thing I would do. Yeah, if the dollar nice and clean follows through here, that would be really nice. Also, if the euro breaks below the point of control and it breaks below this range, that's also very, very bearish. Right? If the euro breaks down, pulls back, and then there is a really big chance we're going to go for the previous daily lows. So if that happens with the EURUSD, for example, right? Yeah, it's definitely worth paying attention to, really. Because if we break down, we break below the area where last week the most fun was traded. We got rejected from this range already. That would be a really good confirmation for the EURUSD as well. Just saying. Especially on the lower time frame, you have a really clean range. You want to break below that range. And you want to turn that range into resistance. So you want to actually break down, pull back, and then look for an entry. And then I will be looking at something like this. Entry, stop loss above the range high. If we get a clear rejection. And then target, you could, yeah. If you want, you could target the previous daily lows, but you know, don't have to. Don't have to. You can also target the mid of that range. Could be very nice too, man. But then the dollar has to push further, you know? Dollar has to push up. Yeah. Anyways, the community is absolutely killing it. A big shout out to the trading floor. Let's see what the guys are looking at real quick as well before we get back to gold, because gold is, I think, pulling back. Look at that. Andrei is in a dollar cat long position. Shout out to Andrei. Or he has his limit order set at least. Dollar cat longs. Ryu, gold. Vanessa. Oh, oil breakout. You know, that's the thing, man. If you are in a trading floor, you can just pick and choose. You can say, oh, that's interesting. I like that. Oh, I have a question about that. I want to know more about that. How can I know more about that? Okay, boom, ask a question. Keep it interactive, right? That's how it goes. Keep it interactive. Actually, a good closure, to be honest. That's a good closure, right? Yeah, this one is definitely gonna take a bit of time for sure. But anyways, it's a good closure. It's a good breakdown. We broke below this whatever trend, right? We're in a macro downtrend already. We're in an 8-hour supply. We're getting rejected from the point of control. We are getting rejected internally, and we broke trend. So it's definitely worth to... It was definitely a good setup for sure to get involved and see what we can do with it. It would have been a good setup regardless of the outcome. How many of you guys were trading Forex in the chat? Besides gold. Press in a yes if you do, because it's really good. It's really important for me to know that, you know, because for me it's very important to just know what you guys are trading. Because, you know, I know there are guys that are only trading gold. I get that, you know, but if there are a lot of guys that are trading Forex as well, like we do in our group, in our private group and stuff, you know, then it's sometimes worth to take trades as well on Forex. You know, specifically currencies, you know, as well. So gold and Forex, man. Everyone right now is trading futures. I mean, I also trade futures, of course, but I at least trade gold, right? I don't trade like the NASDAQ or something. Pretty much all the other live streamers that I've seen, I don't know what's happening right now. You tell me what's happening. But it seems like everyone trades the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ right now. Like everyone. Like, I have no idea because Forex is awesome, bro. Forex is freaking awesome. Forex is great. I love Forex. I love the dollar, understanding of the dollar, the currencies. I love it. So hey, let me just be that streamer then, instead of the Nasdaq, you know, the Nasdaq futures. Let that be, you know, someone else, like a Tanya Trades or something, right? Or any other one. I don't know. You have a couple other ones as well. I think the Nasdaq is the New Zealand dollar is bleeding, fam. What do you guys think? I think it's bleeding. I think it's bleeding. Obviously, this hourly candle has not a top wick, so it can easily flip bullish right here. You know. So obviously, of course, this might be short term. So if you say, "Oh, I missed the trade," don't try to enter now. You're too late. Karim with the beautiful trade call. Yeah, well, Karim inspired me, man. Karim inspired me for sure, because I was like, oh shit, yeah, of course, New Zealand dollar, like, you know. Dollar is still interesting too, though. Like, I'm still interested in seeing what can happen there, because I know the higher time frame, the month is very important. If we do break out, it's a very, very clean setup. But yeah, the New Zealand dollar was weak, man, of course. Shout out to Karim, man. One of the hardest working guys in the group as well, next to Andrei, Ryu, Vanessa, Liam, Ronak, Christian. So many of you guys have been absolutely crushing it. Skinny D, my G. Thank you, man. Like, yeah, amazing to have you guys in the group. And Karim, man, look at Karim. Honestly, this is what he shared last week. And he actually told you guys about the New Zealand dollar, US dollar, by the way. These are his breakdowns every week, by the way, in the group, all right? But it comes with these freaking results. Where are his results? Look at that. Hey guys, want to take a quick moment to share a few words. Over the past year since joining LTA, my trading journey has evolved massively, not just in technicals, but also in mindset and self-awareness. Before that, I had made some solid prop firm payouts, but I was always hopping from one strategy to the next, chasing results without really knowing my edge, tracking proper data, or without tracking proper data. Since joining this group, that's completely changed. This guy, I think he took around $20,000 in payouts right here. October 4th. 17th of September, 2nd of September, 16th of August, 30th of July. Yeah, some G shit right there, right? Shout out to Karim. That's awesome. That's really awesome. W. Karim, I always read those weekly takes of his. So worth it doing, man. So worth doing. Yeah, he's really good at, Karim is really good at spotting trends and understanding the LTA structure. We always talk about the lower time frame a lot, right? Macro supply and demand and the lower time frame volume. But what a lot of people skip is this right here. The number 3, the intraday trend. The intraday trend. Super freaking powerful. So this is why I put it at number 3, because it's the perfect bridge. It's the glue, okay? Between higher and lower time frame. That's how I like to call it. So he absolutely knows how to deal with this. For sure. What are you drinking? Same as always, man. Earl Grey. Earl freaking Grey. I need to have something. I don't know what it is. I need to have something. I need to drink like tea or something when I'm behind the PC. So, easy. And it's already late, so definitely no coffee for me, Only in the morning. Can we tell the use of the 5-minute time frame, how to incorporate it properly? Yes, so the higher time frame is super important, right? 30 minutes is important. The intraday is important. But sometimes when you create a range, sometimes the range is just built on the 5-minute time frame. And I have no issues with taking trades from the 5-minute ranges, for example. So how to take use of it? If you see a clear range that is getting formed and it's on the 5-minute, then I am potentially taking advantage of it, Yeah. So this is why I marked it out, and I want to see rejection around the level, because if that's the case, I can have a little bit of I could do something like this. Pretty much target the lows. Actually further, but I think it's a bit too much. I don't want to have my stop loss that wide. I could do it. I could put my stop loss at the highs. It's a perfect 2-to-1. It's a perfect 2-to-1, but it's a bit too big. If we can get a rejection here, then I think we'll keep it tighter. But it depends on the candle formation, It depends on how we move or how we react from this level in the first place, pretty much. Do you know if FundedNext accounts are demo accounts or live accounts? They are demo accounts. They are demo accounts. Yeah, of course, simulated accounts, right? Like that's the game that they're playing. Maybe they find a way to put their best traders on an A-book, for example. It could be. All right, we're reacting from this level here. It's time to pay attention. This is the range we're talking about here. This is on futures though, so pay attention to this. It is on futures. When did we close the candle? In 2 minutes. 15-minute candle, right? right into that resistance right there as well. 30-minute. If you see this, you think, oh, that looks super strong. But this 5-minute candle was really forced. We're gonna close this candle soon. If this flips, that's the thing with a target like this, for example, or the wick lows, for example, you have a lot of room. Yeah, dollar is above here. Dollar is above that range. That is really good, guys. The fact that the dollar broke out of this range here is now pulling back. It's turning this into support. I like this a lot for the New Zealand dollar. Do you see how price is reacting from this level? Do you see why we draw the volume profile in the first place? Do you see how price reacts right now? There's a reason why price reacts there, you know? It's, I freaking love these levels. I think I'm gonna give it a shot, guys. I'm gonna give it a shot here because we're getting rejected now again. I think there is definitely potential here. I really believe so. We have a lot more room to work with it, especially if we target the lows here. Something like a sell stop below. Obviously, I'm going to reduce my risk. There's no way I'm going to risk normal when price is in a macro uptrend. There's no chance. I'm going to set a sell stop below. At 4209.6 on future. So it's actually the 5-minute candle below the 5-minute candle or the 50-minute candle. The same candle, right? Minimal risk, geez, minimal risk, honestly. Are you using Top Step funded account? How big? 750k. 5 times 150k. Hey, what is this? Shit, what did I do? Oh, okay. Man, these things are... Buyers are in control. Yeah, I just reduced my risk. Small trade, small risk. For me, it's worth it. I'm looking to see if gold can come back to the 12-hour demand zone. And the previous daily very high, which is sitting right there, which is then the London lows, right? The London lows. So we're dealing with a 5-minute range. I'm in right now. Stop loss goes above the highs. Target the swing lows right there. Small risk, clearly, you see it right there, right? Small risk. Because if we flip bullish and we break above this range, it is considered to be bullish. Like then we are actually breaking above that internal structure. Then we might actually just go all the way back towards these highs again. So it's an invalidation for me to say, okay, if I get invalidated, I will probably be looking at a long instead. You know, because we break above that range and stuff. What about the New Zealand dollar? We're holding up. We're in short still. This one, yeah, definitely. This one needs time, right? This one needs time to develop, etc. So we'll see. This one just needs a lot of time to work. Like we're doing the challenge. What is MGS? It's micro gold on future, so it's similar to your gold thing right here on the 5-minute. Look at this level, right? There is a reason why these levels react. And I always say it, right? These levels don't always hold. Right? It's not about, because this is where your bias comes into play. It's not about these things holding. It's about reacting. You can see these levels are so reactive. Every freaking time, man. If you are a scalper and you work with these levels, why the small risk? Again, counter trend. I already had a winning trade, so I want to stay positive for today. So, you know, this is how I compound my account, right? So once I have a winning trade, I'm not gonna risk more. I want to stay positive. If I can have these positive days, and I can, you know, that shit really compounds over time, right? That shit just really compounds. You know what I mean? It really compounds. So if I have a winning trade, why would I then, you know, accelerate and risk more? You know, I could scale aggressively if I wanted to, but I don't need to. I don't need to. If I lose a trade, I still am up. I'm still up for the day. You know, I like that feeling. I just like it. Ooh, nice tune. Nice tune. By the way, guys, you guys listened to my advice yesterday? How to pick up the chicks or what? Let me know. You need to implement it right now. It's a rapid feedback loop. I'm telling you, man, go to the supermarket, boom, first thing, right? You know what I mean? Put it into action. What percentage of profit are you making on a weekly basis? Yeah, around 360% per day. I'm joking. I'm joking. I don't know. I don't look at this. I don't look at percentages. You know what I mean? I don't look at like, oh, this is what I want to make every single day. That doesn't work for me. There are going to be periods where there are going to be setups. There are going to be other periods where there are no setups at all. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's why. That's why. What time frame are you looking for in intraday trend? The 4 hour, the 1 hour. It's right in the book. Right here you can find it. It's right on page number 3, the 4 hour and the 1 hour, the intraday trend. Okay, the 4 hour and the 1 hour. Ah, that's a nice closure. A lot of volume, man. A lot of volatility now coming in. Let me get some tea real quick, G's. Okay. Perfect timing. Lorenzo, why don't you consider the volume profiles on the ranges before the trade range? Because it can stop your trade from going to the TP. We broke structure, we closed below this low. All right, I'm liking that. Overall, we're breaking down. I see just a larger push to dollar. There's so many more things you have to take consideration. Right? It's all about bias, right? So what I'm looking for is a short-term short setup for a longer-term long play again, potentially here. I know it's Wednesday. Wednesdays are tricky with these midweek reversals, man. They're madness. Yassine says, Lorenzo, it is up. It's not a sell. Why didn't you say that like 5 minutes ago, bro? Why didn't you say that 5 minutes ago? Why do you want to say that now? When price is at my entry again. You should have said this 5 minutes ago, bro. Honestly. These typical guys, man, always, you know what I mean? You never heard them say, hey man, I think it's a buy when price is tanking, right? It's like that, no way. Is gold the only on futures you trade? Not only on futures, no. No, but I use the funded account for live streaming, to be honest, right now. I use the funded account for the live streams. So, because if I can show you guys a real payout on the lives and stuff, then that's fantastic. Right? What's better than that? Come on, Gold. I know you want to, man. I know you want to. Don't be annoying. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Okay, thank you very much. Come on. Okay. Okay, nice. Okay. Now we're talking, baby. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. You know what I mean? Stop loss and break even right here, man. Boom. Right above the body. Isn't that perfect? You're secured now. Right at the body flip. Perfect. Boom. Right at the body. That's how you manage risk, geez. 1 hour, roughly speaking. If price comes up, yeah, we'll try again. We'll see. But I want to stay green. I want to stay green today. What about the New Zealand dollar? Like I said, man, I think New Zealand dollar needs time. Needs some time to develop here. That's going to depend on the dollar too, you know? It's going to depend on the dollar as well. So we'll see about that. Come on, gold. Don't do it to us. Don't show me these wicks on both sides. These massive wicks on both sides. Don't do it. No need to flip bullish now. Especially if you close this candle in 1 minute, guys, below that low here, that will be really clean, right? You can close below that level here. This 5 minute candle closure in 1 minute. Just don't do it to us, gold. Don't flip bullish. Last second. But you can see it, right? You can see it regardless of the outcome right now, guys. Just look at that. Look at the fixed very low, G's. Look at the range. Look at the volume profile. Do you get it now? Type in a yes if you understand how these ranges work. We talk about ranges. We have been literally talking about these ranges for the past like weeks on stream now. And how extremely valuable these ranges are. And how good it is to work with consolidation areas. You know what I mean? So good. Really is, man. The volume profile. Volume is king. Volume is king. Now gold doesn't need, you know, if gold now start teasing us right here, then it would be unfortunate. But at least we're, you know, it was a good setup, regardless. But I like this, man. I like the follow through here. I like the closure too. Yeah, dollar is, gold is teasing us, man. Gold is teasing us. This could just so easy just follow through, right, and break down here. At least take out these like 830 lows, you know what I mean? Like at least take out these lows here. Not the liquidity lows though. Okay. You remember we talked about yesterday? Not the liquidity lows, you know? So our entry was here. We took our entry on gold right there. Right above it. We are now break even. Oh. We just don't want to flip. We don't want to flip bullish on the 50-minute, for example. Then we will be out on break even. Unfortunately, if that happens here, but it seems to be looking really good. Dollar is fighting, huh? Yeah, seems like it. Seems like the dollar is having a hard time right now. That is definitely what's keeping keeping it afloat for sure. Don't do this. No 50-minute flip or something. No need. No bullish flip. That's what you hope, right? You hope that people are going to go long now. Hoping that the candle will flip bullish and then we just continue to sell off, you know? Just continue to drop. Bro, is there any payment to get into the VIP? Yes, there is. And you need to schedule a call for that. No. Oh my god. Look at that wick, man. Look at that wick. Oh my god. Okay. I mean, it was a good trade setup for sure. Just no follow through. A lot of wicks. What can I say? It was a good setup, man. Geodress says no sell, man. Bye. What can I say? It was a good trade. No follow through though. No follow through this 50-minute. It flipped, yeah, aggressively bullish right before. Can this still drop? Of course it can. Like, but I just think about like these huge freaking wicks. Typical Wednesday though. Typical Wednesday. Typical Wednesday. Otherwise, don't you think the POC will hold on gold? It could actually just still play out here, but there is something that's called risk management, you know, managing our trade. We came down significantly already. Price tapped into a really important zone here. You can see that already, right? It tapped into a really important zone. So you wanna break. The thing is, you wanna put your stops on break close to like a 1 hour setup, and then if price then closes below, then that's legendary. That is legendary right there. But yeah, overall, we'll I'm gonna give it a bit more time, to be honest. Now I'm gonna give gold a little bit more time to see what will happen here, to be honest. Let's see what the guys are doing now. Dollar is struggling, yeah. Yeah, look at that massive bottom wick here on the 50-minute here. By default, if you see, let's say the candle was coming down, right? And then price flips. You obviously already know that if you have such a good entry, like we had before, that if price then flips bullish, that is really, that shows strength, right? That just shows a lot of strength. So this was worth the short setup, but if there is no follow through and if you create a flip like that, there is no need to stay in position, in my opinion. It's just getting way. It's just too risky to stay in a trade from that moment onwards, you know. Because yeah, if you flip with that candle, that's why it was so good that they had our entry exactly above that wick initially, or above that body. Brad says trading floor cracking up. Nice. Sufia says new high again will hit for sure. Do you think so? Do you think we're gonna? What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Don't look at the candle. Don't look at the candle. Don't let the candle decide what you think is happening here. You should have a bias regardless beforehand. Okay? Don't look at this candle because now you're gonna say sell, and the moment this candle flips bullish, you're gonna say buy, right? Now it is very interesting, to be honest with you. It is interesting. Crazy price action though. Nomad says I've been in a sell bias all week. Okay. Yeah, over the last, like, I would say 5 weeks or something, the Wednesdays on gold have been either pullback day, if I'm correct, or a, reversal day, like a pullback day, or a choppy day. This was Wednesday, for example, right? New York session. This was last week. Then we had this Wednesday, look at that. New York session right here. Nothing, consolidation. Then we had here. The week before that, ranged, nothing. Okay. Then here, Wednesday, nothing. You know what I mean? The week before that, we came down. The week before that, we dropped aggressively. That's like what, 6 weeks in a row or something? In a macro uptrend, right? In a macro uptrend. So, yeah. It's definitely not done yet. That's all I can say. It's definitely not done yet. You can see gold is struggling. You can see the gold is struggling. Think that the dollar index had a pullback. That's why we came up. Think we will continue down for gold, and that for the dollar will go up further. Will be good for the New Zealand dollar trade. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Gold has a hard time, man. Gold has a hard time here. What other futures do you trade? I also trade currencies on futures as well. Currencies and gold, and some oil sometimes even. I don't really mind. For me, it's all about structure, supply and demand, a macro to micro approach. So that is what I'm favoring. So doesn't really matter. The difference thing about this one right here, I'm doing a challenge right now, right? From $2,500 to $100,000. The thing with this is, and why I like Forex sometimes so much, is just because you can hold trades overnight. That's the main reason. You can hold trades overnight, you know? And I think that by default is just valuable sometimes. Sometimes things take time. Things just take time. Sometimes we don't always want to scalp on the 2-minute time frame. You know what I mean? You want to just hold the trade longer. So yeah, that's why we trade both Forex futures setups. But yeah, I would say on futures it is 80% gold. It is 80% gold. Yeah, for me, at least on this run. Working towards that max payout, it has been 80% gold pretty much, you know? One thing I can say for certain, and I hope you really see this, just really look at the fixed value low and understand how freaking powerful these levels are, okay? And how you can utilize them in your favor. This also means that if you break above this high, then I would feel comfortable with saying, okay, you know, if we do break higher, I would feel comfortable with us taking out the highs and just continuing to go higher, right? So I would actually consider to buy there. Not here, but above there, above that range. Yeah. For now, I think this price action is way too choppy for me to re-enter the trade at the moment. You can just simply see the structure here. We had a really clean candle. Just look at the 15-minute time frame here. Just look at these massive wicks. We're in resistance, but we have these massive buy wicks. I don't want to be in that. Like I don't want to be in that trade right now. I had my chance, and that was there, and that was a potential closure below, and then a follow through. Yeah. Why are we using the value area low and not the POC? Because the value low comes first. It's the first level it's going to mitigate. I always talk about this perspective of these 3 key levels, right? It's the value area low first. Then it's the point of control. The value area low. Value area low, right here. Value area low. Then the point of control. And then the value area high. Right here. So let's say you're in a range. Price is in a range here. This is exactly what you're seeing now on gold right now, right? Price in a range. Price breaks down and it pulls back. The first level it's gonna mitigate is the fixed very low. This is what I call the outer levels. Okay, we always talk about the castle analogy, where you have a castle, and usually around a castle back in those days, and these Spartans had like, you know, water around it, right, to protect themselves from the outside. I call that the fixed very low, the fixed very high. This is the water around the castle. Then you have like a huge wall, right, that comes after the water. That huge wall protecting the city, the inner city. That is what I call the point of control. So the first thing they're gonna mitigate is the water, right? That's the very low. And that's why I wait for response, see how price reacts from it. And if price reacts from it and rejects, then that's for me an entry. And that's why we took our trade on gold here. That's why we took that short right there. I just wanted to see reaction. I wanted to see like a candle closure, you know. And we entered right when the candle closed. And then we put a sell stop right below. Sometimes a sell limit, but that's very rare. That's not on the 5-minute time frame. That's only on the 30-minute or the 1 hour sometimes, but not on the 5-minute. I want to see a rejection and then another candle rejection and then a flip, a bearish flip, for example. Lorenzo, why you like to trade gold on futures rather than CFDs? I like CFDs too. I just have a funded account on TopStep. So why not, you know? Why not? AU is moving a bit better than NU. Is it? Is it? We can check it out. Oh man, look at that rejection on dollar Swiss, man. It FXCD never came down, huh? Never broke out. Yeah, I mean, it's similar, right? It's similar. Similar in my opinion. There's not a big difference. Yeah, it's slightly weaker. I agree. It's slightly weaker. Australian dollar. Yeah, it's slightly weaker. Pam says sell gold and be patient. Dump again to 4165, then dump to 4155. Wow, that's committed. We were waiting for price to get there towards the 415, but yeah, it looks a bit tricky right now. What do you guys think? It doesn't know what it wants to do, I guess. Look at the gold here on a 1 minute time frame. Obviously, this range is nice, and that rejection is great. But it doesn't really know what it wants here. That's for sure. Let's see what the guys are doing right now. So. Yeah, guy, that's exactly what we're talking about, right? That's a setup that I would take too. This is Andrei. He is in a dollar yen. Okay, he's in a dollar yen short, but show me the other one, Andrei, if you can hear me. The gold setup. That would be nice if he's listening here. Dollar cat longs, okay. Yes, exactly. So that's what I mean. So he's doing exactly what we're talking about. If price breaks out to the upside and it breaks above the very high, then long continuations towards the highs, the daily highs here. I think that's valid. Okay, so if price does break out now, I'm actually willing to do what Andrei does perfectly, and that is just to get involved here and target the daily highs. This range is kind of like right now, during the New York session, the most important asset right here. And this is what people forget. You know, they forget to utilize larger areas of consolidation. Consists a lot of information. So price above, potential continuation towards the daily highs. Price below, initial reasoning. London lows, for example, you know. But I'm not interested now in a new trade. It could play out, to be honest, but I mean, do you want to be in position right now, guys? Let me know. Let me know in the chat here. Like, are you guys with me on this? Let me know. Just now I passed my funded account. Thanks, G. Amazing. Congrats. Pierre says, I'm in. Okay. Yeah, it's the wick. Buy the highs. Buy the highs. Yeah. True, if we break out. If you do break out, indeed, yeah. Yeah. We're up around $2,000, almost $3,000 for today, though. That's not bad. That's not bad. Almost $3,000. Yesterday as well. From our gold short. What's the most drawdown have you ever been on a two-phase funded account and came back out of it? That's a really good question. I don't know the answer to that, honestly. I don't know. I don't remember. I actually do not remember. That's a good question, though. Usually, I just blow the account, to be honest. Usually, I blow the account, you know? Most of my success came from the first, you know, maybe I lose the first trade or second trade and then come back. but it's usually a momentum play, right? I tune in, I get into profit, and it just works, you know? It just goes. And then I get into like a losing streak, but then I'm already in profit. So then I get back to my break even, or I get back to my initial starting balance, or slightly above that, you know? Yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Do we keep holding the NZDUSD? I mean, I don't like that the dollar is now breaking down, but what I do, or where I'm fully aware of, and this is something you have to understand, is that the New Zealand dollar is weak. Like it's probably hovering, or it's right now hovering around my entry, and the dollar has been dropping. So, you know, the dollar will soon come back and tap into that 8-hour demand again. So I'm gonna hold on to the trade and just let it run. This is just part of the risk management strategy, right? Yeah. I am gonna see what happens around the 8-hour demand again, of course. Yeah. How big was this move actually here? %0.26%, okay. Oh, look at that. Look at that break. Look at that breakout right there. I would love to see a sweep on gold now and a reversal setting the flip. That would be crazy. Yeah, that would be crazy. Because you're now tapping into the point of control. And you're going to react from it. Like, we will. We are reacting from it already, right? You can see that right now. Yeah. Good management, right? Good management. Trade management was good. I mean, there was no reason for that 50-minute candle to flip bullish for us, right? When we were in a short position. So we did the right thing, in my opinion. While we're waiting to see if gold can break out to the upside here, there is a chance tomorrow we have a giveaway once again, because it's Thursday. Okay, so if you guys want to participate in that here, we're trying to really achieve and get our likes up. This is going to be very important for us, and you know, we have an incentive for you. So if you like the stream, if you like what we do here, taking trades live on stream, in full transparency, while giving you, of course, a free book to work with, so you can actually learn and see what we do and why we take our trades and execute our positions right here, then highly recommend you to smash up that like button. It would really help us out grow and continue with this momentum, man. It's going really well. So I appreciate that. Thank you. And 30% of you guys are not subscribed. So make sure you get you subscribe. Make sure you get download the ebook. That's a breakout right there, my friends. Look at these wicks. Look at these wicks right there. If gold flips bearish now, right? If gold flips bearish now, you know what that means, right? It closed to 5 minutes. It didn't close to 15 minutes yet, right? That would be nuts, by the way. That would be crazy. If gold flips this 15-minute candle, that would have not been far from our entry, initial entry, our first entry. Yeah, that would be wild. That would be really wild, to be honest. A 15-minute flip here. The volatility is insane though, guys. Do you see that? What do I mean with volatility? I mean the tick volume. Every time the candle goes up and down, right? That's like a tick, right? So up, tick, down, tick. If it goes really fast, it's a lot of market participants. There's a lot of activity. So gold is definitely volatile today, man. Wow. Hey Lorenzo, I'm liking the new music. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. I did it for you because I am not a DJ. I'm not a good DJ. Okay. There is a guy in my group. Okay. I'm thinking about it. There is a guy in my group. He is an insane DJ. Okay. Freaking awesome DJ. Let's actually see if I can find him. Wait. I don't care. I don't care if I get copyrighted or something like that. You know, you have to promote your G's in the group. You have to promote these guys. Not that he needs it or something, but anyways. Damn, yeah. This one. Was it this one? I think it was this one. This guy, Liambokser is his name. He's in our group. And he's a DJ or an MC or whatever. An artist, right? This guy's killing it, bro. This guy's killing it. You know, this is what made me realize, because, you know, it's great like to hear all these people in my community. And like, I know their names and stuff, but I don't know who they are. I don't know how they look like, right? So the moment you start seeing, you start to see their faces, like it changes everything for me, you know? So just listen to this guy. I don't care about a copyright or something.
Do you think about the days? Think about the days. Think about the days.
Come through with a new sound, ready for war. Like ODB, I'll give it to you raw.
Wine and drinking hazel. Fit the other way. Fit the other way. Spring round, come on, chill with me. I got your favorite show. We got it on my TV. We don't have to watch that, no. I'll turn off the red.
If you don't understand how difficult this is, G's, this is freaking difficult, bro. You have to understand. This is next level shit. You have to understand. This is no joke. This is no freaking joke.
Won't you pick up? Then we can link up. It's not a hookup. Don't think about it too much. You just need to pick up. Then we can link up. Don't think about it too much.
Absolutely. You have to give some love to my friends, guys in our community here. If these guys are killing it, then absolutely incredible. Monster says this is disrupting. Goodbye. Oh, bye-bye then. Bye-bye. You have to promote your guys, the LTA guys in a group. What's the name of the volume indicator? The fixed range volume profile. What is the max allocation on Top Step? The max allocation is $750,000, 750K. So that's what you want to achieve, right? You want to get towards 750K because then it really starts adding on, you know? Every trade you take really starts it really starts adding on. So what guys do that can trade, guys take a 50K account, they buy that. And once they've bought that, they get their first payout. They use that money to buy the bigger account and then scale from there, right? It's a longer term process, but you can actually start very slow and practice, right? Practice, get the hang of it. So, you know, if you get a couple of W's or 1 W a day, and it doesn't have to be even a big win, it starts stacking. And the compounding is freaking real, that's for sure. Anyways, this is an insane push for gold here. I'm happy that we managed our trade. Okay. Wait, who was with me, by the way, in this trade, and who managed to trade with me? Okay. Who managed to trade with me? Because I know there are going to be guys, they're going to hope and they're going to take trades and they're going to still hold on to it and still, like, you know, hope for the best, kind of. Managed it. Okay, nice. That's really good. That's really good. That's great. I'm happy about that. Yeah. Yeah, it was worth a try. Now that we've broken out here, this is where these guys are coming in, right? We talked about this also in the VIP. This is where these guys are pushing. Waiting for the break, retest entry right there. So that is the gold long. In the trading floor, these guys were talking about a gold long already. If price would break out of that range right there. Okay. It's freaking flying. Yeah, it's crazy, bro. It's really crazy. Yeah. Yeah, you have to be tight with your management, especially if you want to short gold, you know, similar to yesterday. We also had a W on the short, but it was also pretty tight managed, that's for sure. What are you looking for? I'm waiting for price now to come back to the fixed for high, and then hopefully we do not take out the highs. Like, hopefully we don't take out the highs, we pull back, and then we take out the highs. That will be the ideal case scenario. Because then we can target the daily highs. If price pulls back towards this level here, I would feel much more comfortable now that we are kind of quote unquote flipping, right? Then target the daily highs instead of like taking out the daily highs and then reversing. That gets just way too tricky right there. Yeah. Yeah, when do you think a bigger pullback for gold is coming? I don't know, bro. Hard to say. I just look at the weekly time frame. Yeah, just look at it, bro. Like, what can you know what I mean? Like any day now, right? You would say so, but again, how many green candles? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 green candles in a row. 9 green candles in a row. I don't really remember the last time we've seen that, to be honest, on the weekly time frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I honestly, I do not see when this was the last. No, I don't think we ever done that, by the way. Okay. I don't think we've ever created 9 weekly bullish candles in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. So I think we're breaking records here, G's. That's the conclusion. This is the 9th week. We've never done that before. That's 9 straight bullish candles, weekly candles, okay? After that accumulation period during the summer. What about 2020? I don't think so. No. Oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, this is record. This is a record. We've never seen that before. So, yeah, at some point you expect some sort of pullback, right? You would say so. I mean, this is by far the biggest. By far the biggest weekly candle here. If you go to the 12 month, like this is like a this looks like a meme coin, bro. This looks like a straight up meme coin right here. It's crazy. It's crazy. What do they know? What do they know that we don't know? Right? What's happening here? Are we gonna get into an economic recession next year? Is that what's gonna happen? So they're all just stacking up on gold right now as much as they can because they know it's coming. They know it's inevitable. It is a freaking meme coin, bro. Yeah, it looks like it. I agree. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, dollar is back. Dollar is back at 8-hour demand. Super important moment. $1980s was the last time. Okay. Damn. Mr. 80 says gold is going into the 9 bullish week. Only did it a handful of times in history, something like that. So prediction is it's going to fall hard this week, or it's going to a 10-week bullish. I honestly think it never has done this, to be honest. I could not see it. You know what I mean? I haven't seen it. Like, show me where it actually had more than 9 bullish weeks in a row. Like, I'm very curious because I don't see it. You're saying in the 1980s? Okay, maybe. Bro, yeah, it's crazy, right? Anyways, we are G's. We're trying to short. We were trying to short this. But that's you know, required some balls. Yesterday it worked out. Today it almost worked out. I mean, we were up in profits very nicely. We just managed our trade good. But yeah, it was really struggling, and then boom, volume came in, closure above, and yeah, now it's all about the retest, in my opinion, right here. Countries have accumulated huge amounts of gold and silver to ditch the dollar in global trade. Yeah, this is what I've read as well. China is buying apparently a significant amount of gold. More than they actually do, quote unquote, on paper. So yeah. In gold, I used to range from 9:30 till 2 p.m. Expanded the retracement back to the very low, respected it wonderfully. I then entered for longs, been holding ever since. From 9:30 till 9:30, yeah, till 2 p.m. From yesterday? Okay. I read they found a big mine in Uganda. Did that affect gold somehow? Bro, they have been talking about that for years already. They found a $12 trillion gold mine in Uganda or something. That is like really old news, bro. I think when I started streaming, I think that news was already out. Like 3 years ago, 4 years ago. So that's definitely nothing new. You know what I mean? Actually, you know what it actually means? If that would be the case, right, then the supply would increase. Then there would be an increase of supply anyways, right? So that would be bad for gold, right? In theory. It would simply just increase the circulating supply. Yeah. Well, you know, there's one thing for certain, and that is that at some point, gold is going to make that massive dump. It's going to take out everyone who's over leveraged, and it's going to wreck a shit ton of guys that are extremely overly confident, that are unable to close their position now because they're emotionally attached to a higher price. And it will probably be really hard for us to figure out exactly when that's going to happen, to be honest with you. You saw what happened on the Nasdaq, right? That was like 5% in a day, like in a couple hours. Boom. We could easily see something similar with gold, you know? It could be. So yeah, the confirmations are necessary. That's for sure. Thank you so much for all the lessons. I've finally been profitable these past days. Hopefully I can keep this up and be an all-time profitable trader. You're the G. Thank you, G. You're a legend. Amazing. That's why I'm here. I'm here to inspire, hopefully, many of you guys here. I became addicted to building the community. It became a part of my life. You know, I've been doing this now for 3 years. I've built many friendships through it as well. And I've actually learned a lot from people in my group. And we're now at a stage where I can proudly say that they inspire me sometimes. And sometimes when I'm looking for a setup or something, they already have it planned and they have it already set up. And like, I can just agree with them. Like, there's nothing else I can do. You know, we're now at that point where it's like, okay, yeah, you're right. So, you know, it's deeper than just trying to make money or whatever. I mean, we wrote a book. We've been closed for a year. We had zero business income. Zero income came from the business. Just so I could write a book, which is free to download. So yeah, building out the community is the best and the most enjoyable things to do right now. And seeing then the results coming in from the guys in the group and also being funded and then having all these payouts. Yeah, that's just a bonus, to be honest. But it's not just that. It's great, of course, the results speak for themselves. But it's more just about the whole process, man, and the time it took to build a good community. You know that also, that a community, like building a really good community is in essence really hard to do as well. You know, because when you're not established at the beginning, it's really hard. You need to do everything by yourself. You need to stream, then you have to stream there. You need to teach them the whole process. That takes months. You know, people need to get better by experience, right? We do a lot of learning by live execution. You know what I mean? So it takes time. And a lot of people come into the group and they think that they're the best trader in the world and they have some sort of ego, you know, so you need to get all these guys out of the group. You need to make sure that people can connect with each other. So it's a lot of work and a lot of effort to build a community. But once it runs, it's like pretty much unstoppable right now. And we're so close to that point. I could already say, to be honest, right now, we are at the point of like no return. We are at the point of no return here. So anyways, the next step is to invite these guys to Bali. To invite them here and you know, do something in real life, like a seminar or like a group session or a mastermind or, you know, a 4-day whatever, a 4-day trip, some trading, some traveling, some partying, whatever, you know? That's the next step. Yeah, give me 1 second. All right, so in terms of gold, all right, if price pulls back into that level, the fix is very high right now and we do see a reaction from it. I am willing to target the daily highs and take a counter trend trade. All right, putting my stop loss roughly around there, below the lows of that range, at least that low right here, and target a nice clean 2-to-1, stop loss on break even at a 1R, right? Depends where my entry is, but probably when we take out the daily highs, stop loss goes on break even, because you never know if after the daily highs they're gonna flip bearish. Something like that I would be looking for if price shows me that it's holding. So we'll see. And if I get stopped on that one, then Wednesday is just cooked. That's it. Wednesday is just cooked. It's just another Wednesday. So, you know how that goes. So yeah, let's see if that's gonna be the one here. Did you leave your New Zealand dollar US dollar trade open? Yes, of course, yes. Just hovering around. Patience with this one, right? Like I said before, you need patience with this one. To be honest, what I do like about gold here, even though we didn't have this follow through on the short setup today, we just didn't have it. It allows me to now look for opposing setup and target the daily highs. It's worth getting involved for me personally. And if this doesn't work out, then it's just a cooked day, and we'll take it. We'll take it. It's not a buy limit, no. We're waiting for a reaction at least, so you will see me entering the trade if I'll take it. All right. Come on, baby. What is this setup? Now we're talking about a CME play. Consolidation, manipulation, the expansion, the retracement, the continuation. We have showed you many examples in the past of how and why these setups tend to have a profitable edge over time. Not every trade, but over time. And we have taken many of those trades live on stream as well. So it's worth definitely getting involved. And because it's Wednesday, lower my risk. I will 100% end the day in green today. I'm not gonna allow myself to lose and end the day in red. Let me know if you guys like this overall. The fact that I'm incorporating this challenge also on stream. Let me know if you guys are interested in seeing this. That means I will also take trades. I will also take trades outside of the stream on this account. So not necessarily only on stream. But if you guys like it, you know, just executing predominantly Forex setups, to be honest. This will happen on like on the challenge account. Okay, this will happen on the challenge account today, or in general. So if you guys like this, then we can definitely continue that challenge in the first place, you know. Stakes and Forex setups, looking at gold on futures as well. A little mixture. Yeah, I hope the price pulls back and shows up. And then we'll target these freaking highs, man. Let's see. Stop loss. We just need to react bullish. That's it. We need to at least show some support. GU seems to have the same setup. Okay. All right, first reaction, let's see. That's a closure below already. I don't like that. I don't like that actually.
Where do we go? When the sunshine meets the night.
So there's this one song that I constantly forget to take out of the playlist. I always fall asleep when I listen to that song. It's insane.
Where do we go?
Anyways, gold actually closed right below the fixed for a high. I'm not a big fan of that. Usually you want to see like a nice reaction from it. Is this gonna be a manipulation again? Is this gonna be a Wednesday? Don't tell me.
Where do we go?
Crazy markets, jeez. Today.
Where do we go? When the sunshine meets the night.
Momo, G, my friend. How are you, bro? Good to see you, my man. Hope you're doing well.
Where do we go?
What are you trading now?
When the sunshine meets the night.
Do you copy trades of all your top steps accounts or you trade them separate? No, I combine it all, man. I smashed them all together. All 5 of them. Yeah, so I didn't take the trade because of the fact that the closure was right below that level. And I didn't like that. Like it went through it like butter.
Between the smoke and vice.
And look what's happening, man.
Where do we go? When the sunshine meets the night. She's my ghost between the lines. Stuck between the smoke and vice.
I said if gold flips bearish, I eat my shoe, right? I said it. Did I say that? I don't remember. Or was it just yesterday? Did I say this at the beginning of the stream?
Where do we go?
Doing good. It's great to see you back on the YouTube lives. Awesome, oh. Yeah, thanks. Hope you're doing well. You're trading crypto? Or you're trading Forex as well? Or, yeah, let me know, bro. And are you coming back to Bali?
Where do we
All right, okay. Yeah, crazy, right? I mean, look at New Zealand dollar though. Like it's coming down.
Where do we go? When the sunshine meets the night.
Wow.
She's my ghost between the lines.
Happy I didn't enter here, to be honest.
And vice. Where do we go?
These fake outs are a real thing, man. Especially today on a Wednesday. It's just so freaking typical. So typical, man.
Where do we go?
Are you in Bali right now? Yes, I'm still in Bali. Yes, sir. I'm waiting for you guys to come here, to message me. Yo, Lorenzo, I made some money. I got funded. I got my payouts here. I'm ready. I'm in shape. I've been going to the gym 4 days a week for the past 3 months. I feel good. I'm ready to get a girlfriend. I'm ready to look for my Russian girlfriend right now. I'm waiting for you guys to just get your payouts done here, to get your funding, whatever you need, whatever is necessary to get here. Okay? That's my goal. I need you to be here. Trust me, your life will change. Your life will change for the better. If you already have a happy family, you've already done your job. You've already done your job. You don't need anything else. You have your family, that's all that matters. If you don't have it, you don't have kids, you don't have a girlfriend, you know what to do, my friends. You know what to do. See you in 3 months, 3 to 6 months, please. Like a real G. Time to change your freaking life. What is stopping you from being successful, man? A Wednesday afternoon when gold is ranging? That's not an excuse. Hey, this is gold is faking the fake out. Well, bro, yeah. I mean, if you go to the 1 minute, right, then you have a clean trend. You have a clean trend. You have a clean trend to the upside on the 1 minute time frame. Now buy. I mean, do whatever you want to do here. I was waiting for my confirmation there, pulling back a reactor from the very high. We didn't do that. We immediately closed below it, and that was an ultimate warning signal to me that I had to stay out of this buy, of these buys right there. Yeah. Yeah. Wei says, I will see you here after my studies. I graduate next year, June. I'm traveling Europe, Southeast Asia from end of 2026, beginning 2027. Just need to recover 100K too. Hashtag wrecked. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I would love to see you guys in Bali, man. That's for sure. You know, we have a boxing gym here, an MMA gym. It's called Lions MMA Bali, X Limitless. It's a gym that we sponsor. We have our logo in there. We sponsor fighters as well. So if you're really serious about man, this song, sorry, I can't listen to this now anymore. Okay, sorry for that. Do we have a gym? A boxing gym, an MMA gym? If you're interested in boxing, you know, in Bali, imagine this, right? You have your payouts, your funding. You're in shape a little bit. You have trained a little bit at home. You come here, one-way ticket, okay? That's all that matters. One-way ticket. Boom. First thing you do, not partying right away. No. You get into the habit of understanding time zone here. You need to adapt to the time zone. The only problem is New York sessions are late, okay? Well, what it allows you to do is it allows you to pretty much have the whole day for yourself during the day, and at 8 p.m. New York session until like 10 or 11, then go to bed. Nothing wrong with that, right? You have the whole day for yourself. You can go to the gym, you can go to the beach, you can go do whatever you want to do. Boxing can really change your life as well, by the way. It's really a blessing to do that. The only problem for me is just boxing by itself is not enough for me. Like I need to lift weights. I need to do something besides boxing, because, you know, boxing just makes me skinny. It makes me skinny, man. I need to lift some weights. I need to push the gym as well on the side. The combination is deadly though. Combination of boxing and lifting weights, going to the gym, I think is the perfect combination for myself. There are some guys that are genetic freaks in my gym that we sponsor. These are like professionals that don't need to go to the gym, and they look like Hercules or Spartan, a real Spartan. But that's not me, my friend. I need to work for it. I really need to work for it. To be honest, bro, I don't like the price action any more today on gold here. The first trade was the trade to take. I'm very confident it was a good setup. Because that follow through, if that follow through would have been there, would have been incredible. The management of the trade was good. I tried to re-enter position here. I saw that closure below. I think we made the right choice. Price is coming down. It's starting to slow down. It's just looking too tricky to me. And according to all the previous Wednesdays were either the reversal days or the days where we were ranging and not doing much the rest of the New York session. So I think I gave it enough price to help you out here and to see what we can do. But right now that we're back in the range, I don't like the price action. I'm up $3,000 for the day. Like, I don't want to risk it, guys. All right, I hope you understand this. I don't want to risk it. I think I'm gonna go home with my money, put it in my pockets here, one step closer to my payout, and take it for what it is right now, man. What do you guys think? I think it makes the most sense for me personally. I don't see really clean setups from that standpoint right now. Yeah, I think we need to come back tomorrow and see what's up, what gold does. If gold comes down, right? If it does come down, the 4160, the 41, where is it? The 4151 on spot is super interesting to me. And if, of course, we take out the daily highs, yeah, we have to wait and see what happens after that. I think we done the right thing today. We managed to trade correctly, and I think we just leave it by the. I'm gonna leave it with this. I think that's it. We're gonna come back tomorrow again and try again, see what we can do. And hopefully the price action is a little bit cleaner. The government is still shut down, so regardless, I think we're not gonna get any news or something. Still not. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Yeah, no need to rush into trades, man. If there are, no need to force things. That's what got me wrecked when I was like starting out and just trying to force setups, just because I want to trade. Like, that doesn't make any sense, especially if you're up already. Yeah. Charlie says, first time I've been able to see you live. Only caught the last 10 minutes, Sally, but I love how you commentate and not just let a graph play on screen. Yes, sir. That's why we're here. We're here to inspire and hopefully build an epic community. Yeah, the community that we have been building out has been absolutely killing it. I'm gonna go into the trading floor and I'm gonna keep you guys posted in the Telegram channel as well here. I'm gonna put an update here as well to see what happens. Many guys are absolutely freaking crushing it in there. So if you are not in our Telegram yet, like, do whatever you want to do. You have to book. You can come to the live stream tomorrow at 8 a.m. But if you want to take it just one step further, I recommend you to be in our Telegram group. Right? It's very easy. You just have to follow the steps in the description. Just get involved and get my daily market updates every day and all the setups from the community as well here. All right. Yeah, that's it from my side, guys, today. 2 hours, 30 minutes, a bit shorter than usual. But it's the right decision. It is the right decision. Ah, fuck that. That's not the song. That's not the song. That's not how I want to end it. Yes. Thank you, G's. Appreciate the support. Click on the like button here. I hope to see you tomorrow at 8 a.m. EST. All right? Another day, another challenge.